Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. TSM here. Right, so Gambits, we have a bit of an update. Let's go through it. First and foremost, this is not all my build. Okay then, I'll be absolutely upfront. On Hefe's show this week, obviously we went through at the end of the show and had a look at some ideas, and between Derpy, myself, and a few others, Hefe included, obviously, who else was on there? Daniel was on there as well. KB was on there, and a couple of others. So we basically tried to work out what's the best way to try and look at these targets. We've only got one so far, obviously, in the FM, and then how to sort of like beat them. It isn't quite how we thought, but I think we might have a solution, at least in the interim anyway. So let's have a little look. So I've got nothing building at the moment, so it's probably best to go into our build ship builder, and let's have a little look. So this one, first and foremost, we've got some unusual things in here, so we'll take a little look. So first and foremost, I think, is we've got things like this. Okay, this is a really old special. Okay, and again, another one here, a really old special. The rest of it, I think, is pretty standard, what we expect to have. You know, the K2 mortar, the engine currently at the moment, Ascension mortars and that sort of stuff, the Garrison battery version 2X and that sort of stuff. But these are pretty old specials, and all these are on here for it's not actually to help you with building damage, it's actually to help you with splash. Okay, and this mortar fleet is going to be all about splash, and I think that's the way the FM is going to go. All right then, it was actually Derpy that discovered this. Okay, and so credit to him, and I'm able myself then to push forward the fleet and give it a try, which I did, and we all had a little look at it yesterday. So this is what we're talking about now. So at the moment, okay, yes, you can build a 4-ship fleet and wait for the flagship, but I had loads of tokens, so I did 5 in the end, to be honest, but not all the same. I still haven't settled yet on whether we're going to go for 3M and 4X, as you can, sorry, 3M and 3X, as you can see here. I might end up going for 4M and 2X, okay, but I'm not going to change it now until the new armors come out, and that is out on an update brief from Kixeye on when those sort of things are going to happen. Clearly some of these specials will change later on, but as it stands as a concept, this is how we're going to go forward for a few of us anyway. So that was that, which we quite liked. Why narrow firing aperture? Well, because it gives you a splash of 55% and the spread is -30. Forget the other bits, okay? Why viscosity regulator? Again, 50% splash, okay, and that's the only bit you need to worry about. And they're very light. That's the good thing about them. They are very light. Should you wish to think about armors and, oh, there's a heavier armor coming, okay, bear in mind, look at this one, it's 8,000 tons. If we go back and take a look at the previous version, okay, the previous version there was about 4,000, just over 4,000 tons, okay. If it doubles again, it'll be about 16. I think we can still fit in the new armors if they are around about 16 and still have enough weight left over. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for. We'll have to look at specials when they come up, but at the moment we're using quite light specials, so it's not too bad. So that's the full damage hull, okay. It's not giving you as much damage as what we were going to go for, but what it is giving you is an awful lot of splash. Okay, so that's that ship, and then that's in ship 1. Okay, it's also in ship 2, exactly the same build. I've obviously gone for a 5-ship build, okay, so that's in ship 3 as well, and it's also in ship 5. Now, tucked in the center then, I've got a single countermeasure ship, okay, and here it is. So we have gone for all the things that are relevant for combined countermeasure hulls, okay. So yeah, this new obviously Garrison special that we've got here, the tier 10 one, it does work okay for both of these countermeasures, so this is fine. I can't quite make my mind up whether it's 3 Gales and 3 MDS3s or whether it's like this, 4 Gales and 2 MDS3s. So far it seems okay as it is now, okay. I may switch later, but you know, you may build it and go, well, I'm going to go slightly the other way around once I've seen how this performs in the target. That's up to you. The other piece I do like as well, there's a superb crew for this fleet, okay, and that is Molotov Maidens. Why? Because it gives you 30% splash and a little bit of spread. We're not so keen on the spread, but we definitely like the splash. So we're going to pop that on as well. Okay. I advise then to go in these targets then, based off of what I've seen so far, to go in the 12 o'clock position. Okay, we'll just pause here for a second and we'll look at a couple of things then. So in here, what are we looking at then? We are looking at this target. Let me just zoom in. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me just zoom in the target. Oops, my ships are going to move. There we go. That's better. So executioners, you can counter those. These rockets, sorry, these are small, short missiles. Okay, you can outrange those. So these ones are rockets then, and they're a real pain because you can't countermeasure them whatsoever. There are some mortars in the middle, but we'll bring those up a little bit later on. Just there, look. They are painful, to be honest. And those rockets are everywhere, but they're all outrangeable, apart from the ones in the centre. Executioner 2s, though, they are awful. They are terrible. We really, really hate those. I thought I was going to moving forward then. Executioner 2s are the biggest problem in this target. The mortars, there aren't many at the moment, okay? And as long as you pick the target half in 2 halves, then actually you can't get overloaded too much by the mortars. The other thing that's really, really annoying are the ships, okay? Why? Because they move, and we don't like ships that move when we're trying to hit them with mortars. And also, they're very strong. There is a guide for this, obviously. I put out, actually, a guide, which is quite nice. So let's unpick the target and see what we get. So I'm coming in grouped up at the moment, and I'm going to select this area here. And splash doesn't work over mountains, by the way, so we're just going to clip off this one first. Get it out of the way. There is a lot of countermeasures. You can see them firing, okay, for your morts, but don't worry about it too much. And then I'm here now, so look what happens straight away. Yeah, I'm in the ring boost of my own ships as well. I'm going to come in as far as there. There you go. Executioner fired. I knocked it all down. I'm firing, and I've killed the whole island. I'm moving across now. I'm going to select this one down here. Trying to get in position where I'm going to be clipping this one just. Okay, that's taken down. I'm going to go into this ring, select this one here, go up close to it, and I'm in range. And there we go. That's that cluster down. VXP, by the way, if you haven't done it yet, you can just take these ones out on the edge. You're outranged them with your mortars anyway. You get an awful lot of points for it. You haven't got to go in and do anything else. You take one out. There's 3 or 4 on the outside. Take out one and then exit, and then go back in again and exit, and just do that several times. Yeah, you can see that's a small sort of like rocket ship. A rocket turret, sorry. Moving forward then. This is a little bit more tricky, and I'm not 100% sure the best way to do this, but basically you want to clip that executioner and then clip that executioner. You can't counter the executioner 2s. It's just not possible. What I want to try and do is go back here. I haven't got this perfect down. It's not about the best hit. It's just showing you how this fleet's working. So we're going to sort of pause for a second here. Ideally, we'll get one of those rings kick out. There we go. There's several, in fact. So we're going to go in and just do 2 volleys on that there and then leave. Well, that was definitely more than I thought. Probably could have got away with 1, to be honest. You can see the effect that splash is having anyway. So far, bottom of the fleet isn't too bad. Damage will come in a moment when we start looking at the ships. Okay, so that's that bottom cluster out the way. This one here isn't too bad because there's not really a great deal. That's just a countermeasure, and there's just one of those rockets. So there's obviously an executioner there. So that single shot from the executioner got through. So it's not perfect every time. There's one got through there. So that's the question. Is it one more MDS3? I'm not 100% sure yet. Yeah, do have a little bit of damage, but you know, we can work on that. We'll take this one out first, and obviously I want to keep away from that executioner too, so I'm going to go slightly north first and pick up this one here. And hopefully the splash then, there we go, is taking out that whole cluster. Okay, ships. If I'm correct, no, that one's turning, so it's this one we want next. So for now, we're going to try and do something about this island in the middle, the first one of the center islands. Okay, so we have some rings there. We're going to come in. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It wasn't perfect, but not too bad. Okay, so it's now down to sort of trying to remove some of the ships. That's the goal anyway. So this ship is coming up. Okay, now you can utilize this island here. Don't go in too early because he'll be able to fire through here and attack you. So wait, it doesn't take long to kill him. Just think when he's parallel with you, which is about now, you can go in. He'll start firing at you, but the mountains will block it. Okay, he's done. How are we doing? We're getting there. We're not far off. Damage is reasonable at the moment. Now, this is probably the worst part of the target. This ship at the bottom here doesn't move at all, which is really, really frustrating. Can't seem to outrun or counter these rockets either. They seem to be quite nasty. So what I want to try and do is one of two things: is clip this island if I can, and then swing around and also clip that executioner if I can as well at the same time. So I'm going to get slightly closer, hopefully cause one of those aura rings, which is going to give me 20% damage boost and a bit more speed. Like I say, it's not the fastest target, but I think we'll get faster as we go along, to be honest. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We'll go to clip this one now. Better. We'll go down and clip this one. And now we're just left with the ships. So I haven't quite mastered this piece now because the two ships, but I'm going to try to splash one and get the other one at the same time. This may be better to just do a drag and drop, you know, put one ship out front and kill the others with. See, that was pretty close. Okay, there you go, target complete. That's it. Like I said, that's the very first live hit. This isn't like doing 20 runs and just showing the best one. This is exactly as you've seen it. First target today. Unfortunately, the battle screen, you can't use this because every time the drones get hit by something, they also show damage on here as well. So this is now of no benefit to us whatsoever. Points, yes, fine, fantastic. Damage, okay, 41 minutes on my first run. That isn't too bad, I don't think, to be honest. I don't know what you think, but obviously, you know, you can do an awful lot of targets if that's 41 minutes. And I think it might be better to do the last ships, and I think that's where the most of the damage comes from. If you do the last ships by maybe sending one ship slightly further ahead, so it takes the damage from the rockets, from those hulls that are in there, and then follow behind with the other four. Maybe that might be a better way of doing it. I don't know. We'll have to play on that. But that's about it. So yeah, I'm using 5 ships at the moment. That's because I'm just doing it quicker. But ultimately, the countermeasure ship is what's doing all the good news here, and that's helping a lot. So that's it. Like I said, thanks to all the guys that helped put this build together. It's not the final build. We all know there's going to be better weapons coming and there'll be some better specials. There's definitely better armor. But for now, for the next month or so, I'm sticking with this fleet. It seems to do quite nicely, and it is definitely working in this target. So that's it. Hope it helps. TSM out.